This one over here. This one over here. She's got her own light and it's still complaining. Oh, you're not going to sit that light on? No, I know. That's her own light. Okay. The whole looks like a similar. Me and her. She looking all good. I'm looking like a dog. No, you have to tell you. No, you look good. That's beautiful. That's okay. Let's just play what we're doing right now. Right now, that's good. No, you wore that outfit the other time. No, yes, we're going to get extra funny. Okay. It's energizing. Hey! So that's it. But it does count. Okay, y'all ready?
Hello and welcome to All About You with OMG and Friends, where we talk about the things that you think about. I am your host, OMG, along with my co-host,
Silky Smooth. Daydream.
Your wellness warrior, Susan Nell.
As always, we'd like to thank you for joining us today, and we ask that you please join in on the conversation, where your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions help drive the conversation. Today we're going to talk about new sex in Bayou City. Okay, sure you guys remember the song Computer Love circa 1987. Well, family, we are here now. Seems like blow-up dolls are a thing of the past as more realistic AI robotic sex dolls are stepping in. There's a big market for this technology and the business is coming to the Bayou City. A robotic sex brothel will be coming soon to our area, and yes, it is legal. Created by Matt McMullen at Abyss Creations and manufactured by Robotics, a subsidiary company of Abyss out of LA, McMullen is the first to market with a robotic sex doll. Houston will soon have an artificial intelligence robotic sex doll brothel. The doll is to be your conversational partner and there for your companionship, as well as to fulfill your most intimate and wildest sexual fantasies. She will remember your preferred sexual positions repertoire, your favorite foods, your likes and your dislikes. She is programmed with information so that you can get to know her too. Like she has a history.
She does.
Her personality, like,
Now, when the brothel is in full effect, men or women will be able to rent the doll before buying her. Dolls' prices start at $2,000, ranging to $15,000, depending on your preference. Now, when you integrate the when you integrate the artificial intelligence and the robot, you will get facial expressions, sexual sounds, and she is self-lubricated. You can decide on her personality. You can decide on her personality traits, her accent, the color of her hair, and her physical size. There are also teen robotic dolls coming out by Microsoft.
Did you say teen? I'm sorry.
Teen. These robots have strong silicone bodies, and once they have been synced to a corresponding app, they can give compliments, recite poetry, tell jokes, and even seduce.
How about sing songs?
Probably later on.
I think that's an extra
Okay.
option.
Now, for females, they can determine if Henry has a six-pack and what size package he brings to the bedroom.
Oh, how nice.
These robots are all trained and always down to pleasure you. Now, what does this mean for our society and relationships? Surprisingly, last week we posed the question in our last show is whether or not love relationships were relevant. And from what I can see, I think not. So we have sunken down into the abyss, hence the name.
Even more.
Abyss Creations.
Further.
Abyss Creations. Now, y'all know me. I'm going to tie this. Abyss, you know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay? Sunken into it. So that's where this is headed. So let's talk about this and its impending impact on our society, shall we? Okay.
I'm wondering about these dolls. Could someone, let's say, pay me to create a doll that looked something like me?
Absolutely.
Very good.
You get some revenue back on that?
Yeah, and I just wrote, say, listen, we kind of want to get your
He
looks.
has some black dolls. He has black dolls, Asian dolls, white
Oh, they
dolls.
come in every shade,
Oh, they come in every
size.
shade, every
My
color, every
word.
size.
Color.
So someone could approach me and say, listen, we'd like to create a doll like you. Cause let's say Daydream and I buy a brothel and own one.
You could if you like.
Well, I mean, if these other guys own one,
With the right kind
can
of-
we?
With that
can
kind of
we own
money,
one?
though, I'd much rather spend my money on
We're
something
already
else.
headed into a
But we
business
could
with this.
own one. Own the brothel and people come in and pay for these dolls.
Sure, it could. It's absolutely
Now, the way-
completely
It's
legal.
legal, right?
The way McMullen has it set up out in LA is that there's a large warehouse. You come in and see the dolls are hanging like strips of meat that's been cut,
But
all of that.
Right.
But the heads are not on them. So you can pick the head that you want.
Kinda creepy.
Okay? And so if you decided that you got tired of one particular look, then you change her head and put it on the put it on the body that you have.
That is really
And you can
creepy.
even mix it up, white body.
Oh,
If you wanted to, if you wanted to,
You know that's
all
gonna
the
happen.
tags
Somebody's
body-
gonna do that,
Somebody's
right?
gonna do that. But I just can't believe that Houston, the Bible area,
This
you know,
is no Bible.
Yeah.
This is not the Bible Belt, though.
yeah, well, obviously, they
I mean,
obviously,
this is a
maybe we
swinging.
should be.
This is a swinging city. We're the home of lifestylers and such.
Yeah,
People
but this
swing.
is a bit much.
We're
I'm
the
not sure if
freaks of the
people are
industry.
paying attention to the fact that this is coming. But you have to deal with the ramifications of this because to me, it's almost like trying to create the most perfect woman. You're trying to create that woman that has the perfect figure, and you're able to, at this time, have sex in all the orifices that are available.
It's
I
your
don't know why they're
fantasy
doing
come
It
to
is
this.
your
life.
fantasy.
I'm
Right.
a perfect woman, guys. Okay, you don't have to go out and get dolls.
Look at this one plug.
I'll
It's
do
just
it.
You're
wow.
pimping today, right?
Okay.
You're straight pimping.
But you know the thing
Get
too
up in
is
her
and how,
DMs.
how that impacts interpersonal communications overall.
Absolutely.
Because can you imagine somebody's got their fembot or whatever they have in the back room, in the back room, and it's not until you all are ready to get married that they say, and by the way, I've got something for you. I know you said you didn't want a person, but can we
enjoy this?
can Janie come out and play?
Well, there's already people who are living in a relationship with these robots.
Oh, they are.
We've posted videos about it before, and they're still living at their parents' house, and how their parents, just totally don't get it, don't understand, and obviously
Good
not.
cause. With good cause.
Obviously not. I mean, but this dude was really, really hurt, and really, I just can't believe they just don't understand it. Blah blah blah.
Well,
What's just going on? Like this was a real chick.
Well, they claim that she's good for a conversational partner and your companion. So, she can sit on the sofa and watch TV with
And
you
converse
and
with you?
converse with you.
And have
Absolutely.
a
With
human
you?
sound voice,
Absolutely.
not a robotic sound
Absolutely.
voice.
And have you
Absolutely.
convinced that
And
everything
her
is
head,
okay?
And her head moves around, and her lips are all
And
glossed
it's
down. and-
human
Glossed
hair.
down.
That's what you paid for. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
like real life.
Yes.
Right.
Like for real, you can decide if you want her to have synthetic hair or human hair.
That's right.
You know?
And so the question becomes, at some point, if you're in a relationship, and as I mentioned, I think love relationships may or may not be relevant anymore, especially this added fuel to the fire. But the question becomes at that point, is this in fact cheating?
I think emotionally, yes.
Oh,
Those
emotionally,
people that are very,
absolutely.
because those people who are committed to those robots feel that they're in a relationship, a committed relationship. I don't like sharesies with real human
But see,
beings.
I know
I
I
share
share
at all.
Share with
But the
a-
deal is, the robot's name that I'm talking about is Harmony. Harmony never has a headache. Harmony will never say, not tonight.
Harmony never has a cycle. She never has
does.
cramps.
She is able to be.
She never
moved-
gets pregnant.
She gets to move in all these positions.
She never truly dies
See, and I
because
feel
you
like-
can always,
I feel like that's
Fix.
going to encourage a rape culture, and I know a lot of people
Absolutely.
commented on that, and I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree because you whenever, however you
Right.
want it, and so you're already feeling like you're in a type of relationship with this thing, and so if it's already lifelike and has human characteristics, and even when you touch it, they said it feels as
like
close to flesh as
absolutely.
possible.
It is
Yes,
silicone.
absolutely.
It is
Really,
silicone.
really
It is perfect.
freaky. So if you're there with that thing, you're not going to have boundaries or know the difference between an actual
Absolutely.
human and how you should and should not behave
Because you're
towards
A
going
them.
for the
person
pleasure.
could,
You're
a
going
person
for the
could lose
pleasure.
himself. Hey, Stan Neighbors from Dallas.
Hey, Stan.
My
Stan.
bestie is watching. Thank you, Stan,
Thank you.
for
You know,
checking in
welcome.
with us.
Now this crosses over in a lot of boundaries, because I did some research on child trafficking, and those people are really concerned, because Houston is a hub pretty much for
Absolutely.
child trafficking,
Yes,
absolutely.
and they feel like this is going to perpetuate child trafficking.
Well, how so?
And-
They can
and-
get
You
fake
can get
kids.
children, you can get child dolls.
But if you're
Absolutely.
getting child dolls and paying for them, do we care?
But the
Yeah,
thing
but-
is,
but
there'll
look
be
at what
people
that
that
does-
won't
that
be
will-
able to get a child doll that will be convinced that I can't get the doll,
That's
but I
my
can
point.
get
I
a real
get her.
human. I can get
That's
a real
right.
human
But they're
being.
they're already getting human beings
Okay,
now.
but then it may get exacerbatingly worse, is what they're basically
Oh,
saying.
okay.
So it's just not a good deal, but
I just
and-
can't believe they have teen dolls as it is.
Okay, but hold that thought. We'll be right back. We've got to go to break.
Like 0096. Stay tuned.
Share the video.
Reading a good book is intimate self-indulgence. Hi, this is Silky Smooth with the All About You show. I recommend Key Ingredients to Loving Yourself, Nourishment from the Inside Out by Gloria Davis Armstrong. Each page is like a pilgrimage to self-discovery. Unlock your ingredients to loving yourself more. This book will stimulate your senses. Begin your journey to self-love today by visiting keys2loveself.com and place your order. That's keys2loveself.com.
Oh, this one out. You unplug it?
Oh. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to fix this. Trying to miss something on.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. I wonder who the clientele is going to be.
But see, I think this opens the door for
Bunch of freaks
People who can
and
afford it.
disgusting.
It's not cheap.
Yeah, rich.
But somebody's gonna get a loan. Somebody's
Oh,
gonna
that,
get a loan.
well, we could start a finance company to finance this. Some
I
kind of
wonder how
way
many
we
people
can
are
make
starting
money off
fund me
this.
accounts for this.
People could
They
finance
do it for everything.
So that's a thought.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let me walk this back in and you can bring in that question while bring up our clientele.
Yeah, and how are they paying for
And
this?
how would you feel if you were dating someone and they said, well, prior to you,
Yeah.
Oh, we're done. Oh, we're not even on there right now. We're done.
me and Fifi were long term. We were
I'll be back in 10 seconds.
Yeah, I know. What if they told you that? I would say, oh my.
And we are back. You're listening to All About You with OMG and Friends, where we talk about the things that you think about. I am your host, OMG, along with my co-host.
Silky Smooth. Daydream.
your wellness warrior, Susan Nash.
If you're just tuning in, we're talking about new Sex in the Bayou City, which will be forthcoming. And I mentioned while we were off air the possible clientele for something such as this. Naturally, you'd have to have a lot of money because the dollar ranges
Yeah, it's
from
gonna be a bunch of
$2,000
rich
to
perverts.
$15,000. But you can rent
A
it.
lot of.
And the
Suppose.
way McMullen does it in Los Angeles is that he rents a huge warehouse. You can go in, pick out your doll.
Well, that's the
Try
cash
before you
cow.
buy.
The renting
Well,
is the cash
absolutely.
cow.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
It's 'cause
But
the
didn't you
one-
say something, David, earlier about renting changes the propensity for it to be
Well,
illegal?
that's what makes it or allows it to be legal, is because they're not selling sex. It's a try before you buy, and they have the store. They're selling it there at that same location. So you're just trying before you buy, kind of like when you test drive a car.
Okay, but you don't get to test drive a blow up doll, so why do you get to test this?
Well, this is mechanical, so I guess that.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
falls
I mean,
under
it's
some
the same
different
price
criteria.
as a vehicle.
It's like
so-
trying, I guess it's like trying a television or
Right.
a stereo in their minds.
That's bizarre. I can't imagine. But more importantly, it opens up the question in regards to what does that mean for, you have prostitution, you have men's
Oh
club,
man, they're
you have
cutting
men's
into the
club,
business.
you have escort
There's
service.
gonna be some angry
Oh yeah.
This is
women
gonna be
of the
a,
night.
it's gonna be an escort with a pair of scissors.
They make up-
Well, end of the night too, because anybody can be a prostitute. So I think it may. So you think it's going to eclipse the prostitution business? These dolls.
It's gonna hurt the stripper business
Absolutely.
because they're not gonna be able to
Yeah,
participate
Yeah,
in
the
those
men's club, that's
extracurriculars.
exactly right.
Right.
Because
right.
why do I need to pay you extra for that?
And
I
I
can
can go in
just
the back with you,
Right.
and I
Yeah.
can just have fun and my wildest sexual
Exactly.
fantasies.
In the confines and the
In the
comforts of
right.
our own home.
I don't have to worry about hurting
And
anyone.
one thing about this
Exactly.
doll is that she remembers, like I said, she remembers your repertoire of moves. So
she starts learning.
she
Is what
starts
happens.
learning, right? And see, my feet, there's so much that this opens up. I mean, what about evolving? You don't know what they want. What about malfunction?
Exactly.
And you're engaged. And
Right, because we were talking about that before we went
Yeah.
on air. Because every orifice is available.
That's right. And if she malfunctions, then you're in one of them. That's
Oh,
gonna be a
no.
problem.
Right. And you know that it's bound to happen. It's bound to
Oh,
happen.
no,
It's a
no,
robot.
no.
It's
Oh.
bound to
That's
happen.
right. It's a machine.
But too, that's why I asked about relationship wise. We were talking about that because I said, okay, so you meet somebody new, and you find out later on down the road that Fifi's in the closet because that's who they were with before they got with you. So tell me, listeners, what is your opinion on that?
Oh, you happen to be somewhere and you open a closet by accident and there's a life-size doll standing there and you go, oh my,
Right.
what's this about?
Yeah.
And then you say, well, you told me to go and get a bottle of wine in a wine closet and I opened the wrong door and
there
it
she was.
startled me. This life-size doll was standing there. What's that?
Give us a call and let us know. 713-789-0096. Let us know your thoughts.
And thank you so much. Joy Jackson tuned in and she sent us a link to the Houston Chronicle as far as what we're talking about.
Okay,
about
yeah.
the
Also,
sex
the
brothel.
Houston Chronicle talks about that story. Talks about
Absolutely.
that.
How can you not talk about it? It's major. But I was told earlier that there are over 500 brothels or
Yeah,
something.
well over that. This is supposed to be the largest concentration of sex-related
I
activity.
can't imagine Houston.
And I couldn't either. If you had
I
asked me, I would have thought
It
LA,
makes sense to
Vegas.
me. It makes sense to me because we have very
know
lax
what
zoning laws in comparison to a lot of other states. Zoning laws, think about that. Good old boy network.
I was going to
So
say, all I
you
think
pay
Houston to me is boots.
pay for friendship,
But
pay
you-
for pay for business.
Right.
So and also we're right here at the border. So
Oh,
the same way
yeah.
we're a hub for illegal narcotics and,
Right,
and
right.
anything else that comes through, even legal, even imports and exports and all that other, it's to the port of Houston.
Mhm.
Why not? So legal,
$50,
legit businesses and illegal. So yeah.
Yeah, legal and illegal.
Yeah, but
We do
over
both.
550. That's a lot, you know. Now, I think
And
I
then
know-
those truckers too. Think about it. Coming out of the port, they got to
Ooh,
transport.
that's
all that.
right.
Everything's
Oh, wow.
coming in and out.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know
That's
when
right.
this is actually set up. Could you check real quick, Silky, to find out when this is actually going to be, I guess, coming to fruition here? Somebody just to get an idea when this is happening. Because
okay.
you know what? I guarantee you, and McMullen sells right now $1 per day. At least $1 a day.
Wow.
So it's catching on in LA. So
Right, and that's there because it's not only one business that's
Right.
doing it. It's not a
absolutely,
monopoly.
but yeah,
There's
just where
several.
he is at the
Right,
main thing, at the main office. But it makes me think of when Zuckerberg had these two. Y'all remember this when he had two computers? That would compete?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
created their own language and started to communicate.
Mhm.
And he had to dismantle. That's what made me think there could be possible
Well,
evolution.
there is.
Okay. They
There's
See, this is
there's
our-
something
this
out
is our
there.
robot guys coming to life.
Right.
Mhm.
You know
We've
what
already
they're
mentioned.
giving us right now is nothing compared to how advanced they actually
It's
are.
already
Right.
We're
50
already
ahead,
dealing with it, and
50
we
years
posted
ahead.
we've posted
said this before.
links before.
Mhm.
Celebrities
Yes.
are one of the biggest ones that are robotic. Okay, they're robotic. Like we posted
Absolutely.
links on it before. Taylor Swift specifically one of them,
Oh,
and
yeah.
especially because she will be here this weekend.
I just
in
heard that
concert.
on the radio.
Okay, so one of her little, one of
Or one of her little clonies,
people
which
be
one of
here.
her
I'm not
models
sure
is
which
coming
one.
out.
Mhm.
But the bottom line is, guys, and also the tagline for this business is "Be the first to never be alone." So that's the
See,
tagline. That
that's a-
encourage. That's be the
Mhm.
first to never be alone.
See,
That's
and
like-
to me, that
It's gonna
encourages
speak to
it.
the
Yes,
loneliness
that's
issue.
what-
We've
exactly.
talked about this
Yes,
in
it's doing
that-
some of our
that.
relationships.
And see, that to me just perpetuates mental illness.
Oh yeah.
You're
Yeah.
encouraging it.
Yeah, it's going to
You're
be.
saying it's okay. You're saying that even though the doll says no, 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 which you probably want the doll to say no, 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 so you can get a rush from doing it anyway.
Well, you can ask her. If you, I'm going to give you guys the website to go to. It is called RealBotics. 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 And basically, you can hear her carry on a conversation when she's asked, and she can get deep because they asked her a question: "Is this just about sex?" She said, "No, I am a companion. I am a doll, and sex is one of the things that I can do." And it's not. In other words, she's trying to have some meaningful value other than just sex.
So they're just trying to
No.
get rid of people.
Get rid of people.
Well, I told you
And
that.
the whole, I mean, we've talked about it in terms of just text messaging and things like that, how that eliminates the relationship and the interaction.
Well,
So now we're going to provide you with intimacy.
if y'all really understand, I remember.
That's what
Now
you
we've been
wanna
on
call
air
it.
for about 3 years.
Well,
I
because
remember
that- yeah.
saying before that part of the New World Order is that orgasms will no longer be had in the New World Order. And I guess, and in my mind,
Very
they
sad.
said, in my mind, I think this is
no.
allowing you to get them any way you can get them. Transgender, pansexual, all these other things, robotic dolls. Because when the time comes and it really kicks in full force, that energy that you use to expel in sexual activity will now go to the brotherhood, or go to trying to work the plan of the New World Order. So there's a plan here. And they said orgasm will be obsolete.
They're rerouting that energy, huh?
That's right.
That natural instinct.
That's right. It's just like when an athlete plays ball. They don't want you to get with your
They
girl
don't
before
engage
you
correctly.
can't get with your girl
Right,
before you play
right.
ball. So they want you to
Right.
save that energy. So that's part of the whole New World Order thing. So in order for them to do that, they have to let you have free will. And sex, any kind of way you can get it.
That way it doesn't affect
from.
you.
That way, yeah. But when the time comes, it's going to be shut down. And you know how I feel about that.
It's a desensitizing.
But if you're with a doll, you are going to have an orgasm, are you not?
I mean, if
You
that's
say
your
you are or
thing.
you're not. That's
But
the
I'm
whole purpose of buying one.
Yeah, but you are still going to have one. So how will it be obsolete?
No. In the future, that's how we will have evolved into.
And yeah, it's just gonna
Right? I understand.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just, in other words, you're still being pigeonholed into a
Right.
world and a society that we don't have much input in.
Right.
We're just being guided along. But I think this typifies where we're headed. And like Daydream said, technology is already 50 years ahead. We did a show 2 years ago on planned obsolescence and perceived obsolescence.
and planned obsolescence.
So all this stuff is already here. So when you get rid of this doll, there's another one. She's already on the line. Okay?
Right.
So as soon
There's
as you buy
something way
her,
more advanced.
Huh? It's way
Again,
more advanced
everything's
than what
just
we
way
know.
more
There's somebody in the
There's
lab
somebody-
now
somebody-
that's
They'll do a
going
better
at it.
job with the skin, the hair, the
They'll
eyes.
make
are gonna
her
look
the
more realistic.
perfect woman. That's what I'm telling you. And like I said, they have the male counterpart. His name is Henry. So
Why is his name
Henry?
yeah, so
Henry. Stupid name.
Okay, so
She's
Henry.
got harmony. Why couldn't it have been like Vlad? I don't know. And it's something, exotic
or
or
Ken, Bobby and Ken. But anyway, he's going to have a 6-pack.
or chaos.
And he can be named whatever you want. He can have a mustache. He can have a beard. He can have all these things.
You have an accent, everything.
He can have everything you want. So whatever you want in a man or a woman can be designed. But what from a religious standpoint? What?
I can imagine that their hair is probably on fire at this particular. And does it not fall into the same arena where you remember when people were talking about folks watching porn and how that desensitizes them to real people? Like they can't function properly with a human being because they're so wrapped up in porn.
Right.
That's true.
Isn't this the same
It's
thing?
the exact same thing.
Right.
So now you don't have to worry about Fifi coming out of the closet because Fifi will always be out of the
Fifi is
closet.
always available.
And oh gosh,
You
this
know,
is
and
just
like I
madness.
said, it'll make it difficult for relationships because, again, if your wife or your girlfriend tells you no and whatever, okay, cool. He'll probably be quick to say, and the other time he would beg,
Right.
now it's like, okay, cool.
Don't worry about it.
Or put forth any effort. There will be no flowers
No,
and
be no
candy
effort,
and
no dating,
and
no
none of that.
Yeah.
And then he just stops asking for what? He's just going to
That's
go
what
to
I'm
a sure
saying.
thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
and you
Oh,
just
yeah.
realize
Always.
I'm not getting any. Oh my God.
Where's
What
he at? I
happened
haven't
here?
seen him in a minute.
Right.
know?
What happened?
But I
I'm
wonder
5
if
years
these
later.
devices will become as popular as cell phones.
I think they could for those who could afford it.
Well,
Right.
they're going to
There's
break it
going to be a
down.
way to make it
I was just going to
affordable.
say they're going to break it
Because
down
cell
to
phones were
we're
not
out of
That's
out of
right.
the
That's
That's right. That's what I'm going to say. They're going to
That's
break it down to
right.
where you can.
So listen,
You're
guys,
gonna be at
don't worry
Walmart.
about it. You can get your dolls.
You're going to get the Walmart
folks.
edition.
Right. Don't worry about it, guys. You can get your dolls, just in
Yeah,
case
she's
you're
going to be
wondering.
totally different than the high class.
I was gonna say the high-end version.
Well, they said they come in various prices. That's what made me laugh. I'm like,
Absolutely.
okay, so you can get, your ghetto trash
You
ratchet.
That's right.
Or you can get,
You can get
a porn star, or,
Right. Some people love the ratchet. I know
do.
people that love the ghetto. That's what they want. They don't
Well,
want.
I'm just appalled by this actually, and I'm thinking probably the rest of the state or city may very well be appalled by this. Ministers or somebody, there needs to be some organized group to come out against this child trafficking, all of these rape victims. Everybody needs to come together on this and get this.
Yeah, and I
out.
believe people will.
Parents themselves.
Because
Come
your
on,
kids-
there's babies.
Once again, yeah.
Because they're making
yeah.
them in teen dolls as well.
And, I have no doubt that they're going to end up marketing this, okay? Maybe they already are, but they're going to end up marketing this as a cure to pedophilia.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because
You
they
know?
can make children. I was going to say, can they
But
make
they can,
babies? From
instead of
people, if
acting
you
on
lost
real
a baby,
people.
You can't have babies, we can give you one.
Do what?
No, I was thinking. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, my thing is they're going to say that, okay, here's a child doll, and they're going to be able to do what they want with that instead of actually harming a human. So that's what makes it better. No, it doesn't. That just
Well, they always find a way to make it for your convenience. You need this because it's like when they came out with LoJack and all of that. Everybody was so ecstatic because they had LoJack. Or if I get locked out of my car, they can unlock the car. See, my mind goes just the opposite. If you can unlock my car, you can lock me in my car.
Right.
So basically, it's like if they're able to control, and they're directing us, and you know what, we're going blindlessly. We're going.
Mm-hmm.
We don't put up any argument. We just like sheeple. So now I guess
Go with it.
yeah, we just go with the
I was
flow.
thinking about the other side of the thing with the babies and kids and stuff. I can imagine people that are going through trauma because they've lost children and they kind of slip into mental illness.
Yeah.
They can go and get
Yeah, and
a
actually
baby with the skin, the
real.
crying,
Right.
and the whole thing, and they can have this.
Well, that's what they
Like
use on
human
TV.
doll.
That's what they use on TV when they talk about when they have babies in
Yeah, they're not
movies.
real.
That's what it is. But
Right.
all of this has been brought to us over a period of time.
Right.
To make sure.
Because think about it. They already had the baby alive dolls.
That's what
Sure
I'm talking
did.
about.
Little baby dolls
Yeah.
in high school.
Coming.
Remember, it was a class, it was
Sure
a
did.
project. You had to
Absolutely.
take care and it had the
This
chip
little
in
baby,
there.
She
cried,
she
the
did
whole
all
thing,
that.
yeah.
How long
That's
did
what
it
I'm
take
telling
you to feed and soothe
This
them?
has
And
been
yeah.
given to us
Mhm.
while in plain sight. We keep ignoring it because we're twerking and we're texting and we're doing all these other things while life and stuff is going on against our better
Right,
judgment.
right.
So it's not a good
Or we're
thing.
not taking this seriously. That's what it is.
Yeah, well,
Right.
I am, and
Oh,
that's why we're
we're-
bringing it. You know?
Right, right. Or we're thinking that can't possibly, you know how we always say, oh no, that can't happen. Oh no, that can't happen. And then we turn around and it has
And
happened.
yeah. You
And
know,
it's in our face.
again, I'm an Austin Powers fan, so back in '97, he had a fembot.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Elizabeth Hurley played that
They sure
role.
did. She sure did.
You know, and you had Computer Love come out in
Mhm.
1987, talking about being in love with a computer. You know, it's all some sort of
And then that
systematic.
crazy movie, Her. Remember?
Yeah, when he was
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so we're
Yeah.
just not paying attention, and they're just feeding it to you, and they're giving it to you through movies. Even to make, you know, well, I can save that for next week, but when we talk about the Matrix, I was just getting ready to go into how they're showing cloning in the Matrix.
Right, right.
And
right.
remember this,
Mr.
they marketed
Anderson has about 1,000 of his own.
right, and they
Mhm.
marketed it as stem cell research and all.
Right.
You know, save your life and save your child's life, and you know, fatal illnesses and incurable diseases.
This is really going to be something to deal with, but I'm wondering if partners will still be interested in having coitus with their live partner after this, because this doll should
I
be able to go.
wouldn't.
Well, this doll should be able to go into all positions. Well, we can't do that.
No.
They
And
should put a hand behind our back.
we might be good, but not that
Yeah,
good.
that's right. More than young.
We've got hinges and things
Even
to check.
positions that are humanly impossible.
Right, right.
The doll will be able to do all that, and I just
The
think that
doll could do it.
I think this is just not going to be a good deal. Guys, if you have an opinion on this, or if you're in agreement with it, or if you oppose it, give us a call, 713-789-0096, and give us your opinion on this, because clearly you see how we feel about it. And I'm not sure, did anybody find out when it might be coming into fruition here? 10 days? Oh my God.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, because it's in October. It's already-
October.
Oh my God. Wow.
Oh, that's kind
You
of
know how
just
they,
in time.
they slipped that in there nicely.
Yeah, also
didn't they?
in
They
time
slipped
for
that in there.
the erotic ball.
In time for Christmas.
Oh, God.
Absolutely. Do they have a language plan?
Fifi's under the tree.
Intended. That is
Have harmony, your very own harmony.
Your own harmony.
They
and
snuck that in under the
50
under
easy
the wire.
payments
Yeah,
of
right.
$10,000.
Right. Next thing you know, it's the
But wait, there's more.
You get 2 for 1. Just pay shipping and handling.
She's a twin.
Oh
You
man.
can get twins.
You can get whatever you
Triplets.
want, you know, and as long as you want, like anything else in this capitalistic society.
Man, it's
you wanna
endless.
pay for
People's
it,
level of
you
freak
get
is
whatever-
endless.
this
So
is gonna
imagine
be
what they're gonna have.
crazy. I'm almost afraid to think of what this is going to open up.
Oh, yeah.
It's just bizarre, but again, I have to, the company is called Abyss. Now you remember, I did not see the movie Get Out because I guard my spirit. I don't watch all that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that was
Oh yeah.
but you know, I mentioned we have sunken lower into the abyss, and the name of this company is Abyss Creation.
Yeah, you go to that sunken
You go to that
place.
sunken
Right.
place,
They're
and, we're not, and they
weaving
gave you
things
Get
in.
Out, all of that. All of that's
Yeah, that
real.
was- that
People
movie
think
was
that's fantasy. That
creepy,
stuff
yeah.
is real, you
Mhm.
know. And so
Very
now,
real.
you know, the abyss is a long, dark cavity.
Yeah, because in that movie they were doing it to people by hypnosis.
Mhm.
And see, with this, they don't have to. They were kidnapping people
Mhm.
and hypnotizing them and forcing them to stay, or people were bidding on them and buying them. And one woman bought a young man because she wanted a lover.
Yeah. Wow, you know what? This may satisfy the propensity for people who want exotic lovers.
Yeah, she got an exotic.
I mean, I'm just saying, even the doll thing. You just go out and get you a Henry that's British.
Call me crazy. I like people with a heartbeat.
I know. Right?
Yeah, I'm like, I like the
maybe
warmth.
I'm greedy.
I like the warmth. I like the, I'm
Right.
Maybe they'll be body
their scent, their,
But again, this opens up again sanitation. How do you deal with sanitation?
You gotta wash that thing.
So is it gonna be like with bowling shoes, where they just give you a spray? Because you run up, and so it's like a spray,
But
so
does
you
she have a
just
little
get up there.
The
I
lower
mean,
part of her back, you just open her up. I can't.
And you all have to understand, we may be giggling because we're kind of over here stunned, but we are very serious about what this means, and keeping in mind that the elections are coming up in November. Hello.
Yeah.
This might be a good time for somebody to get a face-to-face with our elected officials or potential elected officials and find out what they're going to say. We'll find out what they're going to say and who they're going to reach out to, and bring it up in the church house.
It's coming in 10 days. There's not a whole lot we can do about it. I'm not
well, no, but you can help
curtail
how much money they make and whether it's worth them to be out there. Thank you so much, Chantel Williams, for checking in. She says, gross. We can't even get all the restaurants to keep things sanitary. Very much a desensitization. The enemy wants us disconjointed and disconnected. How do you learn to love and emotionally support another person if you engage with an inanimate object?
There you go.
Wow, thank you so much.
Inanimate object.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Wellness Warrior himself, Stephen.
What is Stephen?
There's also a link. He just sent a love. It's what he sends us.
Okay.
Again, listener Joyce sent or posted another link. Groups Against the Doll Brothel.
Oh, wow.
Ambassadors United. So that's on there. Yeah, there's already awareness going on.
Okay. Yeah, it needs to be halted.
You all share that information too out there. If you're listening,
on our Facebook page,
right? And if you're listening, please share that with people, because a lot of people don't know. When I mentioned it, people thought I was making it up.
Oh yeah, when I mentioned it as well.
But I think too, it came so fast that people were like, "Whoa! When did this happen?"
That's how they do it.
Right.
It's happening
in plain sight. In plain sight, you're not paying attention.
Shout out to my mom also checking in. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm at awe. What are my grandchildren facing or dealing with when they become of age?
And
just stunned.
That's what we're talking about. That's exactly
I was talking about that earlier too. That to have the kids, when you try to tell them kind of like the dolls of old. Now you're going to give them a doll that looks very real and teach them that as they get older, that it will be okay to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend that's made out of this material, to the point that it evolves into, why would I even bother with a human being?
Well, I think eventually, further down the line, 2030, 2040, something like that, it's going to be almost like Star Trek. That's another avenue to let you know what's happening,
Are you a Trekkie?
Oh,
yeah.
Trekkie.
Same here.
Trekkie.
I was watching reruns.
Okay, me too. Yeah, my grandson says, "Oh no, Grandy's watching Star Trek."
Oh no!
He want to come in.
Oh no!
Grandy's watching Star Trek. But I think all of these movies coupled together, along with the theater movies and TV shows, it's leaning towards something.
Absolutely.
And it's not to be minimized and it's not to be ignored, because we're going to look up and a real woman and a real man will be obsolete. They're going to be blending the two some kind of way.
Right, and we're cutting up about it right now, but this really is a serious thing. It really is. It's we're not. Don't misinterpret. We're not making light of this at all.
The thing is,
I'm sorry.
I just would get spooked. Because I tend to like men that are tall, 6'2", 6'4", 200, between 230 pounds. But it's something like that when the house that would, and we all have a type, and but something like that in the closet, I just would get. I don't know. I feel like I get spooked.
When you get to build them.
Well, maybe I wouldn't, because I build them myself.
Yeah,
right, yeah. And I'm trying to find the movie. Bruce Willis was in a movie a while back where his wife, she looked like she was either terminally ill or physically disfigured, and there was a robot made to look just like her.
Yes.
That he could interact with. I think she would even go to work every day.
They're giving this to us in your face. People don't want to hear about this. They don't want to know. Most people don't want to know where things are headed. I kind of want to know so that I can one way or another.
Surrogates. It was called Surrogates. It came out in 2009.
Okay.
And but the thing is, of course, some stuff went awry because it always does.
Absolutely.
Right.
Stuff went
It's
awry.
just not the natural order of things, so it's not
Well,
supposed
you
to
know, it's
happen.
like, to me, it's almost as though man is trying to play God.
Once
Of
again,
course.
You know,
of course.
and so here we are. You know,
He wants what he wants, like a spoiled child wants what he wants.
Mhm. And you don't want to deal with the fact of the human factor.
Mhm.
You know what? Since they are making teen dolls, how many parents out there are going to go ahead and provide those to their teenage children? I would much rather them engage in sexual activity with that under my roof, where I
somebody's
know
gonna
what's
say
going
that.
on.
Oh, absolutely. Somebody's gonna
You know,
say
just
that.
like they do with
The
alcohol
drugs
and drugs and everything
Somebody's
else.
going to do that, and it's going to be. There has to be some law. It needs to be put in place fairly quickly.
Absolutely.
But in 10 days, I guarantee you, there's going to be a long line in order to buy this.
So the parents would say that maybe to a teen son so that they could avoid pregnancy or something.
And yeah, and diseases, and I'd much rather know what they're doing under my roof, and
So they'll get them.
you know, all that kind of
I can
nonsense
almost
that they throw out
see
there.
it being, like, as I mentioned earlier when we were off air, I can see somebody paying $15,000 for a doll,
Mm-hmm.
then having a bachelor party,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Getting
charge
his money back.
charge his boys to roll with Harmony, but they have to pay him $1,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Can you even wrap your head around that?
No,
Who
But-
wants
but
to
I'm
even
just-
do that?
I'm going way out because it's going to get that far.
Right.
Business is business.
It's going to
Mhm.
get
They
that far.
sure
Yeah,
are.
because if they're taking turns, somebody's gonna have to clean Harmony.
And who's gonna be?
clean
And the more they
because
drink,
there's still the threat of
don't care. People
STDs
are
because
nasty,
you don't
absolutely.
know.
What's what? But see,
Who has
McMullen says
Well,
the curiosity is that people would like to see what it's like to have sex with a robot. And that will be the driving factor for people to get
Before it
engaged.
starts off, that's how
Yeah.
people get addicted to drugs. So I was curious. I just wanted to try it.
Yeah, I just want to see.
Now you're cracking.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
right, you're pregnant.
If I get addicted, you put
Harmony
a
crack.
head sideways and all that. So I mean, I don't know what to say about it. I just don't know what I think about it. I know it's immoral. I don't think it's something we should entertain, but it's not our fault, but it is our problem.
right?
As
As
we
is always.
definitely
As is
have to
always.
deal with it.
Again,
Yeah.
Shantella states, finding out science fiction is not fiction.
It's
Cloning,
not fiction.
artificial intelligence, fourth dimensional beings, every movie, sci-fi, and horror movie I loved growing up.
Chantel's a smart young woman.
She
I know
sure
her, I know her
is.
well.
Mm.
Hey, girl. But at any rate, you know, she knows. You know, this is already there. It's being planted. And just like this is not fiction,
Right.
conspiracy is not, they're not theories
Right.
anymore
Right.
either.
Conspiracy reality.
There's conspiracy realities. And see, who would have thought that this would be here now? We heard
Right.
nothing prior to this coming. It was
Absolutely.
like, what the
Yes,
hell?
we did. We
I
did
think
though.
we did
All
a
the
show on
people in the
AI.
tabloids, the National Enquirer, and what was the other ones? Not even a star and everything else. Oh, UFO sighting, and people were like, "Oh, that's just a bunch of made up this and that." No,
Conspiracy.
those people were trying to tell us then.
They were. And I guess at this point,
We called them for
guys-
crazy.
Okay.
Right.
I know, but
We
see,
did.
the really crazy
Just
ones-
like
Yes,
they
thank
call
you.
us
Thank you everyone for
crazy.
tuning in. Please give us share your opinions with us. Call us here at the studio, 713-789-0096. Also, give us a text if you choose to remain anonymous, 833-OMGNU. That's 833 664 2638.
And next week, guys, we're going to be talking about celebrity cloning, along with
Yes, because we were
along
actually
with the
going
DNA. We want to do that today.
absolutely until we saw that
Until
article
we saw
about
that
the
article,
sex.
because I have
brothel.
issues with people just giving up their DNA.
So what are they
Right.
selling? You could create a clone that looks like the celebrity?
Absolutely, well, they've already got it.
Oh,
If you on
It's
Twitter,
to
they've
steal
already got it,
information and learn about us.
Yeah.
Mm.
But anyway, guys, we appreciate you listening and tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Taking a break.
Oh, I thought you said,
We're not
okay,
wrapping
you know,
up.
I'm
I was
tired
like,
of
wait
this
a minute.
conversation.
That sounds like a wrap up.
I'm sorry.
We'll be right back. Someone needs a nap.
Stay tuned, folks.
I'm
We'll be right
fasting.
back with
I've
another
been on a fast for 9 days. I'm kind of like off. Yeah.
And then on this
I was
one,
ready to go. Yeah.
You sure? You're ready?
I hate to drink. Great practice.
I just don't think this is something we should have to deal with. See, he didn't say. See, I'm used to this.
I know, but this was still a timeout.
Yeah, I didn't even. I looked and didn't look. I tell you, I'm fasting. I'm kind of like. Dear,
Okay.
Thank you.
That's
That's all right. I start shredding next week, so I'm
Like,
like,
you know what it's gonna be like.
but the thing is, I'm never hungry. That's the difference.
Because you still get to eat.
Yeah,
See,
I'm
not
eating. It's plant based, but I'm
Yeah.
still eating. And even meat that I
What
eat,
happened to
it's
this
straight up organic.
Yeah, I'm not eating.
It
Grass-
rained earlier.
I'm just
I was
It's only
cold
a
this morning
very
because it
small
was a little
amount.
cool and
You
wet.
know, you get a little nice.
So I dressed appropriately, and I'm just
No
sweating.
food. Yes, you're. See, I was really let that one go. Okay,
I was
guys, and we
cracking
are
up,
done.
and I was like, she sounded like she was really wrapping
I
up
was
here.
wrapping it up. I was.
It's just like-
Because I
No, I'm laughing watching you two over there. He went so far as to pull his hat off.
Can somebody pull up some of the stuff? What's in the Chronicle that Joy sent, or whatever the thing that Joy sent?
Just the article that we posted.
Okay.
Is that what
Oh, we posted the article already?
We posted it
Oh, not
before
okay.
we
Oh,
decided
okay.
to do the show.
That
I
was
think I have a good final thought. The coloring.
Sex robot catalog for sale. Hang on.
Ooh, yeah, right?
What
We'll
is
be
this?
coming back in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes?
I mean, 10 seconds.
See, that's why I said same thing.
Chantel said, right on, Mary.
Y'all,
that's my
I'm
girl.
not
You
got
giving
it?
it up.
I
I
watch
should
Oh, you
try
got the
this.
real dolls thing. Okay.
That's the.
Oh, wow. That's a teen doll, isn't it?
I don't know. They're selling it. Back to work sale. There's a back to work sale, y'all.
We're back on.
We're back on.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, and we are back. Please allow me to give you my humble apologies. You can tell I'm done with this conversation, but no, I am actually fasting, and so I'm kind of like in another
She's a
zone.
little,
But anyway, we are talking about new Sex in the Bayou City, which will be here in approximately 10 days. So, tell us what you found.
Well, I was looking up some additional information, and I found this website it's called myrealdolls.com, and it's supposed to be one of the official realistic doll sites.
But is she sexual?
Yes.
See, this
Well, you know what?
she may not be sexual.
Well,
Why?
let me
Because
check.
McMullen is the first one to bring to market.
It says sex dolls,
Okay.
world's largest selection of sex dolls, and they're $12.99.
Very realistic.
They're having a going back to work sale, y'all.
Wow. You know, there was-
That's not crazy.
$1,299.
Yes.
You know, when we
But
did,
That's a steal.
when we did a show on
That's a
AI,
bargain.
You know, we had a 2-part series on AI once before,
Yes.
and
I remember that.
we told them that there was somebody by the name, what's her name, Sophia, and I think she's a robot as well, but she's a citizen of Saudi Arabia or something like that. But see, she wasn't sexual, so it was stated that Matt McMullen is the first one to actually have a doll that's sexual. But you know, it's gonna be like Walmart. Like you just go pick one. You know, I want one with blonde hair and blue eyes and red hair,
And there's gonna be fighting. Somebody's gonna fight. Some guy's gonna be at his house playing pool with his buddies, and they're gonna be like, "Where's that doll?"
I told you they're gonna end up making their money back. It's gonna be like a silicone pimping.
But I think there's also gonna be jealousy. His
Oh,
doll is
of
more
course.
upgraded than my doll. My doll can't do what his can do.
I mean, come on, if we were killing each other over Jordans.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just really sad.
According to the Chronicle, Elijah Rising, a Houston nonprofit organization whose mission is to end sex trafficking, has initiated a petition on change.org calling on the mayor to stop the business from coming to the city, with nearly 7,000 signatures collected as of this Tuesday, as of yesterday.
So how many do they need for them to put it on? Put it on the ballot or something? How many do you need? 10,000?
I wanted to say 10,000, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still the case.
Yeah, it depends on what the topic is.
Yeah, it says unfortunately the brothel would apparently not be illegal under current laws, according to experts. Unfortunately, there are currently no laws in the U.S. to prevent the sale of the type of dolls intended for this robot brothel, said Houston attorney Richard Weaver, who specializes in business law. Unless a new ordinance is passed, this business will likely open and operate in Houston.
Do you have any idea where the location is going to be? Is it going to be downtown? Is it going to be somewhere in the warehouse district? No? See, they don't want anybody to know where it's going to be.
That's what
so
it
that
is.
when they pop it open.
Right.
Right, they do it in
Right.
hiding, just like they did with strip clubs initially.
Right.
Albert Van Huff, a Houston attorney who's familiar with Houston's sexually oriented business ordinances, said that robot brothels would likely fall under the city's definition of an adult sexual operation. However, and could likely be regulated for visibility and distances from schools, churches, and other religious
Well, they
facilities.
should.
Supporters say the robot brothels can reduce human trafficking by substituting lifelike dolls for real victims.
You said that.
Others say they pose potential health hazards and can contribute to the spread of venereal diseases, which we discussed also.
Yeah, I said
So yeah, absolutely.
And Chantella Williams, I like this statement. She said, Sophia the robot from Saudi Arabia had slightly more rights than an actual woman in Saudi Arabia. And she included the link. That
has Chantel
right,
on the show.
because
You got them on the show.
right, because the women in Saudi Arabia really don't have any rights. They can't even
They're
drive
second-class
cars.
citizens.
They're
Exactly.
Second,
Exactly.
third.
They're
They're
second-class citizens.
yeah.
But yet this robot gets to be one. But when Harmony or one of these other sexual dolls was asked, you know, Elon Musk has an issue with AI.
He sure does.
Period.
Yeah.
And he was, wasn't he initially encouraging it?
No, him and what's the guy?
Oh, it was a space thing, and then he stopped it because he said there's some things that aren't meant to.
Him and Hawkins, right? We're totally against it. They have told us that Stephen Hawkins has passed away now, but Elon Musk has been saying all along, once you delve over into that side, it's dark. That's why they call it abyss. I'm telling you,
Right.
you got to see how all of this is connected. This isn't by chance
Right.
that the company is called Abyss Creations.
And the company that's coming here to Houston is Kinky Dolls.
Is that what it's going to be called?
They're out of Toronto.
This is.
Oh my word.
So this is their first
And
venture.
this is our future. This is our future right here.
The end is here.
Oh my.
As if we don't have enough that we have to explain to our children that there's some man who they went over to their friend's house and their friend's mommy or daddy had a sex doll sitting on the couch.
On the sofa, yeah, having a conversation.
And my thing is, it's not because I'm trying to be approved, because a lot of people say that when you say that there are things that you don't want out there in the open. No, I just don't want strangers to dictate what conversation I have with my 1-2-year-old grandson,
Right.
and how soon I have that conversation.
Everybody's being
Absolutely.
trained by the culture instead of
Right.
their parents.
Right. They're gonna sit there and expose them. It's like, no, that's not.
Right,
That's not
right.
Yeah, I have a little 3-year-old grandson, and I'm concerned what he's gonna.
I got a 9-year-old niece.
Right.
Right.
You know, she's already at that age where we're worried about her, about you
What
know
she sees.
what she sees and what people see in her when we're out in public and things. So now we have to add.
And they'll
Back to the
probably
mix.
come out later with a transgender
Oh,
doll.
Oh, they already
here we
do, I'm
go.
sure.
What's
Yeah.
the doll called? What is it called when you have both organs?
Hermaphrodite.
Both, oh no,
Hermaphrodite.
both. That's
Yeah.
right. You could have.
I'm just
I've
saying,
had that.
you
Both
don't
organs.
ever know if
Nasty.
they've gone this far, it's going to
Yeah.
get
That's what
way
you
out.
call it.
Yeah.
Right?
Nothing is off limits.
Right. Again, Chantella with the human traffickers will only use the dolls as props to further oppress and damage actual women. And check this out: the AI, they're created to be a psychopath by simply gathering data from the posts and comments of Reddit.
You know,
So,
wow.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
Wow.
It's a lot.
This conversation has
and
opened up a lot.
When you ask the robotic doll, oh, we really got 5 minutes this time? you asked the robotic doll, ultimately, when she was asked about the end of the world, would they play a part in it? She said, absolutely. So, and if you look at any of them, Sophia, any of these dolls that you've seen, and you can also just buy the head. You don't have to buy, but also you can rent.
Well, it's just like the flesh pockets and everything else. You buy the parts.
Yeah,
That's right.
You don't buy the whole
That's
thing.
right.
But
So
also
it's the same.
think
Oh
about
yeah,
this.
they put it together.
But
for
think
you.
about this
They
as far as
sell it.
phone sex.
Right,
She can be on the phone selling phone sex.
right,
Oh yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah, right.
It should be on a website, I guess.
And I'm
They'll
looking
have their own
at.
little website.
Wow, all
we'll
kinds
be
of
trying
stuff.
to figure out what they're doing.
Right.
Oh my
crazy.
goodness.
I'm gonna check it and
Yeah.
see how Sophia
That's what I'm
does
saying. We
it.
have to-
And then I'm gonna call my
I'll
friend
call you,
and
right,
see what
right.
he thinks.
Yeah.
I'm just
It's a
saying, man,
teaching
that's
tool.
crazy.
It's a teaching tool.
Well,
They're
thank you
gonna
so
spin
much.
it. I'm sorry. They're going to spin it to where they're going to make it seem like it's to our advantage. It's going
But
to
as
help
it's always
society. It's going to help
And we're gonna fall
marriages.
for it.
It's going to help marriages. It's going to help all these things.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
That's the equivalent of those people that say,
Well,
my
this is what
affair
you mean.
saved my marriage.
Yes.
You
isn't
know
that
what?
crazy?
Our swinging saved us.
You know
Uh-uh.
what?
Nasty.
I bet it didn't.
Yeah, I know a couple right now with an open marriage, and they seem to feel like it's strengthening.
working.
I've heard that
That's
from
for
people,
now.
and then
That's for now.
and then all of a sudden, the worm turns.
Right. That's right. You were going to say
Oh
something?
no, I was just gonna say thank you everyone who's tuned in and those who commented. We really appreciate all your feedback. And of course, just because our show ends does not mean the conversation ends. Please continue the conversation on Facebook at OMG and Friends. You can also contact us on Twitter at All About You Show. And hit us up on our website at www.allaboutyoushow.info. That's all about you, the letter U, show.info.com. I mean, yeah, not .com. I went on with that.
See, that's how easy it is, right? To just pick up, just go.
Yeah.
So I think, guys, I think we're really going to go off the air now because our time is up and the other show comes on. But Silky, read our
I just want to
gratitude.
The universe is friendly. Einstein asked what he thought the most important question was that a human being needed to answer. His reply was, is the universe friendly or not? Maybe we need to start asking the question.
Yeah.
Is the universe friendly
But
or
until
not?
next week,
Because
guys. Am I on? Is this? I can.
now you
Yeah.
can say it. Go for it, OMG.
But thank you. We'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in. Tell your friends. We're trying to grow the show. We're not talking. We're not gossiping. Talking about things we've made up or heard from celebrities. We're telling you what's
What
in
it
the
is.
news. Thank you.